There is no place like home. Charity begins at home. These are the wise sayings we have come to understand and use these days. It makes one thing clear. The place we call our home is extremely important. But exactly how important is it? It amazes you how much people are willing to pay to ensure that home is the best place they can be. Welcome to another episode on our channel. In this video, we bring you a look into what it feels like to own some of the most expensive homes, the juicy details and descriptions of how these magnificent houses came to be, exactly how much they are valued in the real estate world, and everything else. Well, everything aside when you can purchase these houses. Without further delay, let's talk about how much people are willing to spend to ensure they live as comfortably as possible. Number 1. The Odeon Tower Penthouse is the most expensive penthouse in the world, and it convincingly seats as one of the most expensive places people live. The Odeon Penthouse was designed by architect Alexander Giraldi and developed by Group Marzocco. Inside the tower are 49 floors of sheer luxury with 259 residences. Interestingly, this penthouse is valued at $400 million. Yes, a whopping 400. The edifice is located in Monte Carlo, Monaco, and stands at 557 feet. This makes it the second tallest building on the Mediterranean skyline. Pretty impressive, right? The Odeon Penthouse has a recipe for occupants who may desire the adrenaline rush. The reference here is to the circular rooftop pool with a water slide in that same circular motion. This is alongside the exquisite rooms and fabulous interior designs. The spa, swimming pool, fitness center, and 10 underground levels with 543 parking spaces. Inhabitants of this penthouse could never get tired of the view of the fantastic amenities built and incorporated into this finesse. But even if they do, the structure's height offers the inhabitants a 360-degree view of the ocean waters. To be honest, that might be annoying other people, as there have been complaints by other neighboring residents that the height of the tower makes it impossible for them to get a better view of the relaxing ocean waters. But money gets what it gets. For $400 million, that view is yours. Number 2. Villa Les Cedres of the French Riviera. While other edifices would start boasting a swimming pool as vast as the Antarctic Ocean, or an underground garage that fits 500,000 automobiles, this house is slightly different. You could say that it was built and designed to suit the interest and taste of a lover of nature. I mean, how else would you explain the pond and the garden? No, don't get it wrong. The garden of Villa Les Cedres is not your regular garden. It contains flowers and plants that are almost extinct. When you hear of a botanical garden, Villa Les Cedres is your guy. But enough with nature. What's inside? While Villa Les Cedres was built along the coast of Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat, as a 14-bedroom mansion on 35 expansive acres of land, this land makes up for the 50-meter swimming pool dug into the rocks, the home chapel, a concierge, a ballroom, and a stable of 30 horses. As you must have guessed, the 14 bedrooms are furnished to style. This botanical villa is valued at $410 million and was dubbed the most expensive mansion in the world at one time in history. Now those days are over, thanks to some of the houses on this list. But the 187-year-old edifice is simply priceless. Even if the garden, the pond, and the interior designs do not amuse you, the 19th century walk-through wall gallery will blow your mind. Number 3. At number 3, just like number 2, we have another villa by the French Riviera. This locality is purely magnificent, seeing as a handful of the most expensive structures in the world are of the French Riviera. Would it be too much to say the air smells of affluence? Well, maybe it would be, but with a house of $750 million, you can't really blame anyone for thinking that way. Villa Leopolda is arguably the third most expensive home in the world, and it is named after King Leopold II. It is a large detached villa in Villefranche-sur-Mer in the Alpes-Maritimes department on the French Riviera, built on 7.3 hectares of land. What would the interior look like, seeing as it was initially built for a king? Nothing short of royal treatment. For starters, Villa Leopolda has 11 king-size bedrooms, furnished with regal chandeliers, marble tiling, and black baths. Did I mention the king himself built this edifice? It was one of the many houses owned by the king that he gifted to his mistress, Caroline. Now you know why the very existence of the edifice screams royalty. You might not like the name of the initial owner, but the structure is breathtakingly beautiful. The royal ballrooms are another exciting feature of the mansion, coupled with the private cinema that sits a handful of guests, a bowling room, and pieces of art worth thousands of dollars. There it is. Villa Leopolda, the last house on this list, worth less than $1 billion. Number 4. The Antila. Antila is now owned by the Mumbai business mogul Mukesh Ambani and has been since he purchased the edifice valued at $2.6 billion to house himself and his family. It was designed by two U.S. architecture firms, Perkins and Will and Hirsch Bender Associates. The Antila is built on 400,000 square feet of land, and the inside of the building features mind-blowing amenities. A 50-seater private cinema, a spa, a vegetation floor, a snow room that oozes snow 24 hours a day, and a ballroom. The Antila is not like the other buildings on this list, and this is with respect to it being built to withstand a grade 8 earthquake, a theory that has now been proven following the Great Earth Turbulence of 2008 in the city of Mumbai that had zero impact on the 600-feet structure. While it might look like a 60-floor building, because of how high each floor is designed and built, the Antila has just 27 floors. Of its 27 floors, the whole mansion is divided into 6 parts. Each part represents the earth, air, fire, water, sound, and light. Different from the other buildings on this list, 6 of its 27 floors are reserved as garages. Imagine having a garage that seats 168 cars conveniently. And it is rumored that no 2 floors of the habitable 21 floors use the same design materials or plans. Number 5. Buckingham Palace. In another of our videos, Antila is dubbed the most expensive mansion in the world. And that would have remained true if the price of Buckingham Palace did not outbid it at $2.9 billion. Buckingham Palace belongs to the British royal family, and it is the Queen's administrative headquarters. In 1761, King George III purchased the then Buckingham House for his wife Charlotte, and since then a number of remodels have been done on the structure to be named Buckingham Palace. Of the 777 rooms incorporated into the building, 52 are used exclusively by the royal family and the distinguished guests of the royals. 188 staff rooms, 92 offices, 78 bathrooms, and 19 staterooms. With so many rooms and manpower that it takes to run this place, it is no wonder that it is perceived to be a mini town in itself. In light of that, Buckingham Palace has its own post office, staff cafeteria, a mini hospital, an ATM, a movie theater, and 40 acres of well-groomed private garden. It doesn't fall short of what is expected of the Royal House of Britain. Aside from Buckingham Palace, which of these homes would you consider a dream home? And if you had $1 billion to buy a house, which would be your first pick? We would love to hear your feedback, so don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed viewing these glamorous houses, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.